The 40th Dakar Rally is nearing the business end. Peru is complete and Bolivia is well and truly back. Saturday saw competitors start for the first time in the country, nicknamed the rooftop of the world. And it proved to be a good outing for the Toyota Gazoo racing team, while it was a disastrous one for Peugeot, and particularly Stefan Pederhansel, who was stranded for almost 2 hours with suspension problems, and as a result relinquished his overall lead to teammate Carlos Sainz.
Yeah, I feel very sorry for Stefan. He did a brilliant race until now, but it looks like he lost control in the water pedal and hit something with his car and ripped off the suspension.
It was a very difficult and tough stage, like a real Dakar stage again. I think it's the most difficult, not this stage, but the most difficult Dakar I did in my life until now. So I'm really happy to finish today. And we lost a little bit of time, fortunately, in the camel grass. We stayed stuck for a few minutes. But at the end, it's still a good result, so we are still happy.
Completely different than Peru, but it was a really difficult stage with 50 to 70 kilometers of camel grass in between and very rough piste, some fast parts, but even there you have had to be very careful for washouts from the rain of the last 2 days, and very long water pedals, like 50 meters long in places, and it's amazing how our Hilux went through there. And car was running really nicely, and Janil was doing a good job. Navigation was perfect. He didn't do any mistakes. We lost a little bit time at the last 100 kilometers compared to Nasser, but still I think we finished second today, so we cannot ask for more.
A lot more difficult than expected, especially the first 150 k's were really difficult, soft sand and camel grass, and really tricky. But yeah, we saw Stefan standing next to the road, apparently broke a suspension, and then I saw Nasser just stuck on a camel grass for a couple of minutes. I don't think he lost too much time. And then he caught me right at the end and passed me, so we let him pass. But all in all, a good day for us, and it just shows the Dakar's never over until you get to the finish. It was also important to look after the car today, because tomorrow is another 500 k's without service tonight. So so far the car's good, and we see what happens tomorrow.
The second half of the Dakar Rally saw the teams continue the second half of the incredibly tough marathon section from Uyuni to Tupiza, which included the longest special stage of 2018, almost 500 k's. Competitors were put to the test in high-altitude sand dunes of almost 3,500 meters above sea level.
Well, from a technical point of view, all three cars are here, and there's no reports from the drivers of anything really wrong, so that's great. The Hiluxes ran as we hoped they would. From the driving point of view, certainly Janil, they fell into a big hole this morning, and that cost a lot more time than he would have liked, but he was really lucky to get away with it.
We were in the off-road, and it was a little bit in vegetation, and there was a big crack basically in the in the off-road, and I didn't see it. I saw it at the last minute, but all the tracks sort of went there. And then, I just tried to go and see if I could get through it. We nearly made it, but unfortunately got stuck like that. And, there we were for 20 minutes trying to get out there. You have to jack the car like 20 times, put spare tires, get them out, put them underneath, and basically move like 5 centimeters at a time until we got out. So, unfortunately, we lost 20 minutes there, but, what can you do?
Nasser went really well, and in service here he was more keen to go and get a shower and get cleaned up. It looked like 2 pretty hard days, a lot of concentration. He was running at the front of the field, and of course with only Carlos ahead of him with a buggy, you can go across bigger unknown bumps, so a lot of stress looking for the holes in the road.
Yeah, it's for us no problem, but it's very hard, tough. It was not easy, but it's good that Toyota it's look like really strong, and we did like yesterday 450 and today 500, without any problems. This is really good for us.
Bernard, great day. He's really happy. Technically, he had a great driving day. On the WRC roads, he said he pushed really hard to try and close some of the time lost from yesterday. He said the car was working very well, so Bernard looks pretty happy.
Today I decided to push a little bit more because we lost too much yesterday because of the wipers. We had no view. Today we start P7, and after 80 kilometers I passed Lucio Alvarez, and 20 k's later Janil, because he was stuck. And yeah, Michel did a very good job today. Toyota was very good, and we pushed a little bit more and more and more. And after I think 200 Ks after the dunes, we catch Cuba. And yeah, we finished 3 minutes behind Nasser on the stage. It was very good.
Stage 9 was supposed to see competitors travel 242 kilometers from Tupiza in Bolivia to Salta in Argentina. However, it was not to be. Heavy overnight rains in the area meant that the stage was cancelled, and as a result, racing would resume on Tuesday. And the 2018 Dakar Rally would be contested over 13 stages and not 14 as originally scheduled.
Yeah, it is disappointing, but there must be good reasons for it. The ASO don't cancel stages lightly. You know, you only have one chance at this race a year, so there must be some serious problem somewhere.
The stage tomorrow, as far as I can say with information I have had, wasn't so exciting and not so long. It was more easy stage. No, I think nobody will miss it.
You know that I would like to sleep a bit because I'm completely exhausted. Last night was 4.5 hours sleep, and this is not enough. When you are 61, this is not enough. So I don't want to say that I'm happy that it's cancelled tomorrow, but yes, I will have a proper night, and also the stress will go a little bit down. And I know a little bit the stages 10, 11 and 12. It's not my garden, but I know them a little bit. Does not mean that I will not get lost, but I know a little bit the character of the stage. So on that side, I hope I will help Bernard a little bit. Huh?
I can have a shave. The car can have a little shave and a 100,000 kilometer recalibrate. Yes, no, but no, I think it is good. For me, one rest day is good. Rest day we must drive, but okay, it's good.
It is what it is, you know. If we raced, you know, I wouldn't mind. If we don't race, I mean, you know, you have to do what the organisers think are best. Like I said, you know, at least we got a good starting position for Berlin now, which is a difficult stage, and then Fiambala, which is extremely difficult. So those two stages, the gaps can still be very big. So we just have to try and do our best, and you know, see what happens.
With stages 7 and 8 being marathon stages, the drivers and navigators had to service their own vehicles. It was a blessing in disguise, as the rains in Tupiza meant that the bivouac became flooded, and the Toyota Gazoo Racing South Africa technical crew endured a night to forget.
We got here at the bivouac, all nice and cloudy, and then just all of a sudden when it got dark, it started raining, and it just poured buckets and buckets and buckets. The bivouac was a mess, trucks and people getting stuck everywhere. Eventually they closed the bivouac and all the trucks stayed on the tar road.
Everybody looked for a place to sleep, little corner of dryness, as you could say. Some in the cars, like packed in 4 oaks in the car, and under trucks, in trucks, on tables, just to get away from the wet. So it was quite a experience last night, but I mean, that's Dakar.
Arriving in Tupiza to what we regard as a difficult bivouac, and then suddenly the heavens opened. So from a dust bowl last year into a muddy lake last night, so pretty tough for the guys out there.
Last night we didn't have to work on the cars, it was better for us. We just had to find a place to sleep, and that's it.
We managed to find places to sleep, even a little crooky and corner and whatever. And it was cold last night, seriously cold. And then this morning we got up and everybody just moved out the bivouac. We're servicing next to the road.
I slept in the truck, but some of the hosts, they struggle to find a place to sleep, but that's the way it is, my man. We can't complain.
Oh, I think if the team we could not have serviced in that bivouac last night. That would have been an invitation for mistakes and you know, errors. It was terrible. The lightning was going, the thunder, the rain was not horizontal but pretty close. So yeah, it would have been very difficult to service last night.
Yeah, it was a blessing in disguise. I mean, we were thinking if it, you know, if we had to service the vehicles last night, it would have just been a mess. I mean, everybody would have gotten sick. But the wind is blowing and it's just miserable.
It was supposed to be relaxing, none of the drivers were coming in, and an hour into being at the bivouac, it's poured down, like in buckets and gallons of water, and resulted in all of us sleeping in buses, trucks, back seats of cars. It is what it is, it's the Dakar.